know that, right? All right. I just want to say what's up to everybody. I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday as you are preparing yourself for Easter Sunday. And I here just representing to the fullest. As you can see, I'm not where you are in the dark. But nevertheless, we are here. We're going to have a good time. You know what I mean? We got a special guest I'm going to bring on shortly. But first, I want to do a little small inspirational insight. What I want to talk about today is soaring above expectations. Soaring above expectations. Y'all, there's so many times in our lives that we cheat ourselves because we be scared to go to that next level. We are fearful or just doubt of ourselves. Sometimes we got to take that doubt, flip it over, and make it motivation and inspiration for ourselves. In order for us to soar above expectations, sometimes you got to do the tough things. Sometimes you got to do things such as separate from others, or you have a pep talk to yourself and say, this is what we got to do. We got to do some cutoffs. We got to move in a way that we have to move. And cutting off things, people, or situations is not always a bad thing. It allows you to get focused and identify what's important for you. So remember, at this moment, at this time, soar above your expectations. Don't be scared to soar. All right? All right. We're up in this house, everybody. We got our special guest in the house. His name is Victor. He go by Vic Creech, and I'm going to let him do a small introduction and of himself. And, y'all, we're going to dive on this show. We're going to have a good show, all right? All right. Go ahead, Brother Creech.
Thank you, Dr. Woods. How you doing? My name is Victor Creech. I'm 45 years old, and I am from the Nashville area. And I am a barber by trade. If you see my barber pole back here in the back, I'm also a general contractor, and I own a bunch of residential rental companies and a property management company.
That's what's up, man. I want to really go ahead and dive into your story, man, and just allow everybody to know that, man, your motto. Let's just go straight to your motto. What is your motto?
And my motto, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I get that motto from, I guess, what I've been through in life. You know, I started out hard. I started out a punk kid, running the streets, experimenting with drugs, making poor decisions and choices, and mainly it was the friends that I picked. And by picking those friends, it navigated me through a bunch of empty, long, dark hallways, and eventually leading to incarceration at 17 years old for 8.5 years for a robbery charge that I committed.
That's what's up, man. So, and all this started as a teenager. I mean, was there anything specific you was looking for, or what got you moving in a direction with that group of people?
Well, I think what was going on is my parents were divorcing, and they were going through their own changes in life, and me being a teenager, I kind of overlooked what I was doing, and I was very slick and naive and had them convinced that I was doing the right thing, but I pulled blinders over their face. And I think, man, from what they were going through in life at the time, I kind of slid backwards, man. I quit school. I started hanging out with wrong people, using drugs, chasing girls, all the above. And it just led me in a dark place.
Let me stop you right there, Creech. Let me stop you right there, Vic. I don't know nothing about the using drugs. I don't know nothing about all the other stuff. But as a young man, I know about chasing the girl, so I'm with you with that.
Yeah, it all led hand in hand. I think it was just man, I was going through something. I was angry at a few things, at my parents divorcing, my life changing. I'm at the cut, not doing good in school. Just navigated, and man, it wasn't a whole lot of bad things I did. I just one night chose to do the ultimate sacrifice, which really derailed my life.
Yeah,
but that derailment actually is what saved me.
But a lot of people don't know that, man. I did 27 years working with corrections, juvenile, group homes, anything that did, DCS and all that. And we see so many kids come through with the exact same stories. And some of them are able to get it together, go back out and live productive lives. This is why I like to bring people like you on to the show. And they have to understand that, yeah, you make bad decisions. We all make bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? Majority of us. But the difference is that some of us got caught and some of us didn't.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it just being real. And that's a powerful story that you have. People hit and said that, powerful testimony like your testimony and all that type stuff. And so I want to commend you with that, and just say I appreciate you coming on and sharing that story. So let me ask you this, to take it to, you talked about how at 17 years old it took you to adult corrections and all that type stuff. Let's talk about, what that felt like going from a juvenile going to adult correction, and how you made changes with people that you met.
Well, I think, man, being a kid, and that's what I was, young-minded, young thinking, and I was thrown into this place with grown men and had to learn quick who was a good guy, who was a bad guy, who do I want to surround myself with. And luckily, man, I didn't join no gangs. I didn't get involved with none of the bad stuff. I kind of navigated towards, luckily, the TDOC, the prison system, does have decent educational classes if you want to get involved.
Yeah.
And I kind of stuck my nose down that avenue, did HVAC, did masonry, did a whole bunch of stuff. And eventually, barbering fell into my lap, man. And I knew this was the one thing that I'll be able to take to the streets and to be able to provide for me or my family or whatever I have going further. And I just ran with it, man. I just found something I loved and I gravitated to, and they occupied my time. And everybody loved the barber, man. You were cool with everybody.
Yeah. You almost, it's just like, a lot of musicians and barbers, man, they really become people unofficial therapists. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not necessarily, man.
Yeah, not necessarily that you give advice. You just a listening ear. You just sit there and say, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think when people are in the barber chair, they're a little more vulnerable, especially they get to know you, man. They open up, tell you their story, tell you what they're going through. I know, dang near all my customers tell me personal stuff. I know what's going on with their kids. I know they're graduating. I know that they're playing football. So, man, it is a very personable business. And I'm a personal person. So, man.
You are.
I love what I do, man. I feel lucky to be able to do it.
I got to say, man, when I walked in that barbershop the first time, and, I'm going to be real, we all have biases, you know what I'm saying, and prejudgments. And I walked to the barbershop because I moved in that side of town, and I'm sitting here like, man, I need to go to a barber because I'm not going to drive all the way to Antioch every time I need a haircut. And so I was like, man, let me go up in this barbershop and see what they got going on. And I walked up in there and see these 4 white guys sitting in there, and I'm like, oh, shit, damn.
Oh, they're going to push my edge up back.
But, man, I have to say, man, I think I've been there for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I really appreciate, and I tell all my homeboys that you share with lady friends or people that got kids, man, or whatever. Man, I'm in the barbershop and out about 15 minutes. And I really appreciate that, man, because y'all really focus, give people their haircut, and it ain't no excessive talking. It's in and out. No matter what type of hair they have, y'all make it happen, you know. And I think, you know, at the most 20, 30 minutes, but it ain't no excessive talking. It ain't no being on the telephone, talking to excessive people, and you can get in and get out. And to me, that is what got me to the point where I spread the word, because one thing I do not like doing is paying for inconvenience. I hate that. I hate to go to a barbershop, even with an appointment, and sitting there for 2 or 3 hours because everybody done got, nah, man, I'm not doing that. I don't do that. I feel that my time is just as valuable as anybody else's. And when I got there, man, y'all done a great job, and I continue to commend you all and just say I appreciate y'all, man. You know, because my time is valuable, and anybody that know me, I don't have too much time, but to find a barber that can get me in and get me out, I appreciate it. And I still be looking fresh. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate it, man. Appreciate the business and the shout out. And
always.
Man, I got so much love for that barbershop, man. Brad, the owner.
Brad, yeah.
Man, before I got out, man.
Give them your phone number and address where people can come holler at y'all.
Yeah, man. Come on, 207 Gallatin Pike North, Madison, Tennessee, man. Come give us a shout out, Brad's Barbershop, man. We'll get you right. Diverse. We'll cut anybody's hair. If it grows, we cut it, man.
That's right. That's right. I appreciate that, man.
But Brad, the guy, the owner of the shop, man, he's been really, he's been like my big brother in life, man. I got a younger brother, never had a big brother. And when I fortunately got work release about 1.5 years before I got out, and was working across the street from there at Supercut. Supercuts actually gave me a job, let me come out during the day. I was able to save money. And it kind of got me on the mode, setting goals and learning how to take my money, put it up. And one day I walked over and asked Brad for a job, and man, he gave me a job, and I hadn't looked back, man. Been there 18 years, man. Blessed to have it. I work with 2 of my best friends and my best friend's son. It's a great vibe, man. I love it.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate y'all. So let me ask you this. So I know you got you talked about your trades and everything that you learned, such as masonry and all that. Man, tell people how you don't put that stuff together. And not only do you do barbering, man, you done took that and ran with it.
Well, I'm a busybody, man. And on Sunday or Mondays when I was off, especially when I didn't have no kids, I was bored. So, man, right. I mean, it kind of started off pressure washing. All the pressure washing stuff. Next thing you know, people ask me to do landscaping. Next thing you know, but really what got me into construction, my dad was in it. He was in real estate construction, and I was around it my whole life. Grandfather did it. So my house flooded in 2010. Bought a house, my first house I ever bought. 3 weeks later, underwater. So, man, I got to gut that house and remodel it myself. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I liked it. It was therapeutic. Taking something dead ugly and making it beautiful again. And I kind of just got a knack for it and just kept growing and growing. And me, my brother-in-law, and a friend of mine decided, you know what? Let's buy some rental properties. Let's throw a little money together. You know, we thought that we would have a few rental properties. Well, you know, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed sometimes when it comes to technology or mortgages or interest rates. I've learned over the years, but my business partner was good at that stuff, and I was good at in the field. I was good with my hands. I was good with managing guys, and man, it just took off. And now we got over 30 rental properties, man. And we flip homes, and now we're about to get into building some homes, and just everything just keeps evolving, man. You know, keep bouncing that ball around. You know, never pictured myself. I pinch myself all the time, man. Never pictured myself from where I was to where I am. But
And let me tell you, I think that's perfect segment to go back to the inspirational insight is you can't be scared to soar past your expectations.
That's right.
If you are fearful, always second guessing yourself and putting yourself in situations where you don't want to make moves, you can never learn what it is that you like more than what you started, or how something you start just continue to evolve. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens when you do something long enough. You find the next level to make that grow.
And we were talking about we were talking about earlier about relationships. You know, like man, it's the relationships you make, and people like you, and they like your story or your background or your drive. And it has led me in so many good spots by just people that just say, hey, Vic, let me put you on this opportunity here.
Absolutely.
Listen to this. Have you ever thought about this? And man, it's been a blessing, man. I pinch myself all the time, man. Sometimes I wake up, my wife's like, why you wake up so happy? I'm like, baby, because I ain't in jail and I wake up next to you, you know? I'm breathing free air, man, and I get a choice to do what I want today. You know,
that's what you call a good answer to a great answer. but it's value in that, man. And I listen to so many people that give me testimonies and stuff, and I said I'm going to start recording these testimonies because just had another person that talked about they've been in a profession for about 22 years, and they was kind of getting burnt out, but they've been second guessing themselves for almost 3 years about they have the skills, they got other things that they want to do, but to step out there was kind of nerve-wracking for them. And they said, kept listening to my show, and I always say, man, you leave on top. You got to learn to leave on top. You know what I'm saying? And because I did a little video clip this week, because, you know, when people ask you to leave, they don't ask you to come back. It don't happen. Once they ask you to leave, they don't ask you to come back. But you leave on top. Yeah. You leave on top, man. They're gonna always want you because there was value while you was there. And I tell people, man, sometimes it don't necessarily have to be a full cash out. I mean, just get up and leave. Sometimes you got to start the progression of see how this gonna work, and you're gonna realize sometimes what you thought it was gonna be is not what it's going to be. You can't be scared to fail to be successful.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Because that's what failure brings, is a level of success, because you learn from that.
And you learn from failures. I failed many times, man. Many business ventures I've tried that have just failed, but I've learned something from them, or I've met somebody that's reached back and helped me again. And man, you know, to me, you can't be afraid to try. And I believe if the next man can do it, I believe I can do it too.
Yeah.
You know, I might not be able to do it as good as him, but I can bring my own approach to it. You know,
you can't be scared to fail.
That's right, man. That's right.
You can't be scared to fail. And like I was telling you, know, I'm out here in this wonderful weather, this environment, man, and just the connecting with people and having people say, hey, man, so you going out there, holler at so-and-so, holler at so-and-so. And then when I get out here, man, one of my friends said, hey, man, you know, I got this type of business that I'm running with a friend, or I'm working with this type of company. So I done had two people that came together and we discussing opportunities, one from a small business level, and then the other one is from a huge business level, as giving opportunities to train and come up with other perspectives and dealing with an OSHA company. I never thought about, you know, dealing with nothing like that, but due to the relationship, look at the potential opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, man. And even if it don't work out, you still learn something from that process. You know, Everything's a process, and man, just picking up the skills and learning a little bit will take you going further, man. You
got to trust the process, brother.
That's it. It's always a process.
Let me ask you this. I know you mentioned the family, the wife, and everything. What you got going on? What's your family looking like?
Man, I have a beautiful wife, man. We've been together, let's see, almost we've been together almost 18 years now. No, we have been together 18 years this past year. I got out in October 06. I met my wife January 07, and man, I played up, man. She was a girl that had goals in college, accepted me for me, and man, we got two beautiful kids. I got a 14-year-old son and a 10-year-old son, and man, without my wife, I wouldn't be doing none of this, because she has laid it down for me and supported me. And even when I was cutting hair, doing nothing but cutting hair and pressure washing, and she was in college, and you know, after she got her degree and she's comfortable in her job, she told me, she goes, I know you want to do other things. Go do them. Like, I got you. I got these bills if you need me to. Like, go. She goes, I feel like you're a barber because you had to be. She goes, I want you to go be something because you want to be. Right. And that's how I got into real estate and construction and excavating. And man, without her, I wouldn't be able to do none of it, man. So shout out to my wife.
You know that there's a message in what you just said. And then somebody gave me a question for you in a second. There's a message, and I'm not going to get into relationships and stuff like that, but it's a message for those that look for, that want to be in relationships and looking for that spiritual connection with somebody. Sometimes you got to find people where they are, but at the same time, you know, you can't always make people become who you want them to be. You got a lot of people be who they are, and then sometimes people will surprise you, and then, you know, hey, you assisted her, in turn she assisted you. That's what teamwork is all about.
And right, yeah, she's my partner, man. She's just not my wife. She's my partner. Like,
yeah,
she, you know, even when I started doing something, she sometimes be like, I don't know if that's a good idea. You sure you want to take those risks? And like just a couple weeks ago, she sat down and she told me, she goes, I'm proud of you. She goes, you took those risks. You seen the bigger picture. And I didn't always look at the bigger picture, but she says, you seen the bigger picture and you went after it. And that's what I did, man. So to know that my wife's proud of me is all I need, man.
That's what's up, man. All right, somebody said, tell me about a time when you had to make a decision from the heart in a time when your business decision was spiritually based. So let's go with the first one. They said, tell them about a time when you had to make a decision from the heart.
Well, I think, man, I knew I had to do something. I was cutting hair, and I just wasn't happy. You know, like, not happy. I just needed something different. I felt like I was living in, what's that movie, Groundhog's Day?
Yeah,
just the same window every day. And I felt my energy needed to be different. So I did cut back at the barbershop, work 3 days a week, and I followed my heart. And I went out here and took some chances and bought some real estate and did some flips and, you know, took every dollar I had and put it out there. And I put it in God's hands. You want to say spiritual? I just let God do it, man. I said, you know, I'm going to let him lead me. I'm going to put it in his path and he'll show me the way. And it's all panned out. I mean, there's been ups and downs and good times, bad times, but I believe I acted on my heart, and spiritually, God's led me, man, to success. I mean, I'm not the most successful person in the world, but man, like I said, I pinch myself every day because I'm living way I've outkicked my coverage, is what I like to say.
and then the thing about that, man, you as you try to be successful, and in that, you understand that the road ain't. No one said the road was going to be easy. It's a road. There's bumpy roads. There's gravel roads. There's all types. There's grassy roads. There's sandy roads.
It's all a learning curve, man.
It's all a learning curve. You can't be scared to learn. All right. Now you got family. You cutting hair. You got two different business opportunities going on out here. You straight hustling on a positive level. What is it that you do to maintain a work-life balance?
Woo! My wife says I go to bed early and get up early. So
That works for you.
yeah, man, like right now I'd already be in bed. But it's hard to do sometimes, man. Sometimes I feel like kind of neglect my kid, not neglect my kids by anything like that, but I kind of take away from them sometimes by doing my extra work. But at the same time, man, I'm trying to build financial wealth, and I want my kids to be able to be comfortable one day and not have to go through what I went through. I don't want them to have to. I want them to be able to be in a career because they want to be in that career. I want them to be able to make decisions not based on what their job will allow them to do, man. But so I guess it's a tough balance, but go to bed early, get up early. That's my best advice.
Well, what I like about your answer is, man, a lot of people realistically talks about as you are moving to that new level in life and you trying to prepare a generational wealth for the kids and all that type of stuff. A lot of times that time it has to come from somewhere, and sometimes the kids don't get to see you as much, and that is the most common thing that I hear people talk about in their work-life balance, and that's why the vacations become more important to them, and so they can spend that time with them. So that's a great answer and realistic answer, because at the end of the day, man, you like you said, you got a job that you do with cutting hair, but you got 2 additional businesses. Anybody that know, when you own a business, it's not a 9 to 5, 8 to 4 job.
Nah, you got to come home. Like today, I finished my job, come home, my truck was dirty. I had to clean the truck out. I had to get things prepared for the next day. You always gotta. I try to be a couple steps ahead on everything, man. I think management skills are important, and when you put those together and you plan out, and I get up early to prepare for my day, to make sure I can give my kids a good morning to start their day, give them a good breakfast, give them time to do their thing, man. So my approach is get up early, man, and get it done, man.
And get it. Yeah, hey, you can't be scared to be prepared.
That's it, man. That's it.
That's what's up. Well, I'm gonna dive this one in your lap. We, as business owners, we move to a level of social responsibility, community involvement. And when we're at the barbershop, you always talk about a desire to give back. What is it that you want to give back?
Oh man, I think I have a lot to give back. At one time when I was locked up, man, I got a great opportunity to go out and do like Don't Follow Me. I'd go to TSU, did some programs with them, all while incarcerated, and I met a lot of great people. And when I got out, I started to go back and follow up and do things and go back into prison. But I just felt like I had to stop that because I couldn't give no insight or tell somebody how to do something when I haven't done it yet. So I've took the last 15, 20, 18 years and have put things in line where now I'm at the point to do something heart healthy. Like I really do want to give back. I think our youth and judicial system is so shot. I think, you got these kids today, they're just wild, man. It's kind of like the 90s all over again. And that was my era. It's just, they got so much at their fingertips now. Everybody wants it now. But I do think that, like giving back would be something, and I don't know what on terms, but I do think that, I could give some insight back, especially through youth, like be able to tell them my story. I think our youth system has crashed, that they're throwing these kids in jail and then they put them back out on the street and they give them nothing. I think, you can go to prison, get a barber's license. You can go to prison, get an HVAC license. Why ain't they implementing these programs to kids when they get in trouble? Why ain't they saying, hey, okay, we're going to lock you up for 3 years, but hey, if you go do this plumbing program or this HVAC program or this barber program, because now barbering, you can go to barber, get 750 hours in the class, and then you can go apprentice in a barbershop and cut hair. There's a lot of different avenues. I think the youth system, especially here in Davidson County, could utilize. Giving these kids something when they step out a go. When you just getting out, you ain't doing nothing. You're in there reading books, playing dominoes, playing spades, and hee hee ha ha. And there's no real approach to rehabilitation. And you're a correction officer. You've been around it too. You see it. You've heard many stories like me, and you've probably seen a lot worse stories than me. But I do think that if they're building a new juvenile justice center here in Davidson County, I hope they put that approach toward giving kids vocational programs that give them an identity in life.
Well, I can honestly say, from being down there, they do. They have all different type of. They got barbers, beauticians, even got people in there to teach them how to do the cleaning of the cuticles and nail tags. And then they got this HVAC system that you do, not out there with the real equipment, but they got the equipment that's set up like a little kiosk. They got a kiosk that train you how to forklift and all that type stuff. And so I mean, these programs that was going on when I was there, along with the facility administrator, Antonio Bratcher, who I bring on all the time. And so, I mean, my thing is, man, I'm going to let you put the shout out to the people, tell them that you want to be involved. And then I have about 3 or 4 contacts that I can give you later on, probably when I come to the barbershop. Okay. And I know that the detention center and my boy, Mr. Bratcher, he has like a state director of programs. So he can always use people that just want to just share their story. I mean, sometimes
I don't know where I could be valuable, but
I
do feel like I'll be relatable, more than anything.
Somebody stated or asked, should giving back have an annual cap when you're supporting a family? I'm gonna let you answer that, then I'm gonna give my answer.
So give me that question one more time, man.
It says, should giving back have an annual cap when you're supporting the family? Let me go ahead and answer that.
Okay, I'll feed off you.
Okay. Giving back is not always about money. It's most of the time, like when we ask people to give back, we want them to give back with their time, their stories, and how you made changes in dealing with kids. And those systems is how they sometimes got to make the same thing that their parents told them. They hearing it from somebody that came from the streets or been locked up just like them, and it hits differently. And I look at that from a church perspective, is that, how you have some pastors or preachers be like, man, I've been preaching that same sermon for over 5-10 years, but you go to another church, somebody say the exact same thing. It's not saying that what you've been saying is wrong. It's just, it may be a different delivery, and it hits different according to the people in that audience at that moment in time. But go ahead, bro.
Well, I think more about, for me, it's more heart healthy for me. I've set myself up to a point that I feel like it's time for me to reach out, reach back, pull up, and help somebody. If it's one person, if it's 10 person. So more for me, it's more heart healthy, man. And my kids are getting at the age. I've only shared my story with my oldest son. And so they're getting to the age where, they watch dad. They know what he's doing. But it also opens their eyes to different doors. Like, hey, wow, my dad's done this, been through this. So it's more heart healthy for me, man. I really do think, man, if I can deter one kid from making a detrimental mistake like I did, that he don't have to learn from from making the mistake itself. He can learn from somebody's story, if it's mine or somebody else's.
Right. That's right. I totally agree. All right. Well, now let me ask you this before we preparing to gear it down and go to our closing remarks and stuff like that. Do you have anything you would like to ask me?
Well, man, you're a pretty inspirational dude, man, from just talking with you in the shop, man. And I know you were in school, going back and getting your school. So, man, that's inspiring to me because I know you ain't no spring chicken. I ain't no spring chicken. But
right.
It just let you know that, there's always time, man. And if your clock's ticking, go after it. So, but what drives you, man? I know you got your hands deep in all kinds of stuff, but what for you? What drives you? What makes you want to do what you do and help people, man?
Man, the just to be an impact, and my impact, man, is to watch organizations grow, and not necessarily grow from a financial perspective, but watch them grow from employees that really enjoy their job, feel that they got the resources to be as more productive, and at least feel like the organization really care about them, care about their needs, care about their wants, and that the organization value not only them, their opinion, and offer them opportunity to make improvements in the job, to be heard. I here dealing with a facility. And as I went through, and my thing was, I was not going to do an audit. I just really came to be a support this week. And everybody that I talked to came up to me, and all the complaints were, I just don't feel like I'm being heard. I feel like I'm being undervalued. And one of the employees, and this is somebody that's in a leadership position, that felt that the director, CEO, was not listening to the importance of the changes that need to be made and can be made, to the point that he just felt like, man, I'm just gonna come to work, do my job, and go home. And my thing is, I hate to see employees get that away, but I understand it's not enough me's in the world.
That's right.
It's just not enough. And so I, with an opportunity to come, I try to give, the CEOs and chief operation officers, I try to give them nuggets to say, I've been there, I've done that. And then, I'm the type person, man, I give God all the praise that he allowed me to be in this industry, different industries for so long, to the point that I don't even have to go into a facility. And just by looking at a couple pieces of paperwork, I can almost tell you what's wrong with the company.
Management is a hard day. My wife's in managing for the VA, and she deals with a lot of issues like this. People feeling undervalued, and there's always a pecking order in corporate or anything like that. So it's a tough approach, and man. Yeah. You'll pull the rug out from up under people. What you do, you take their heart out of what they do, man, when they're not managed properly.
Yeah. And man, and my goal is to teach people. I don't give a care if you at Crystal's, White Castle. I'm a White Castle person, so anybody got White Castle, hook up, holler at me. But whether it's a restaurant, whether it's $1 million business or it's a multi-billion-dollar business, your frontline workers is going to always be your most important people.
Yep.
And I believe in letting people know you cannot get too far from frontline and your business don't suffer. I have yet to see it.
It's like going to a restaurant.
Yeah,
food's only as good as the people you got cooking it, man.
It's only as good, but on the flip side, the return to the restaurant is only going to be good depending on the front line, the waitress and the greeters. If that is piss poor service, you're not going to come. And I'm going to always go back to what I said earlier about the barbershop. I'm not going to pay for inconvenience. I don't give a care who you are. I'm not going to do it. And I know for a fact I'm not the only one that think like that. Yeah. Because that's how. In today's time, why that's even more important is that word of the mouth now is more effective and more efficient than ever before. When you didn't have social media, when you didn't have many people on different lives and stuff, or making TikToks or doing whatever they're doing, and you talk about giving bad reviews on something because you got piss poor service or the food wasn't good, man, that stuff travels instantly. It moves. You know what I'm saying? It moves instantly because now you can be, let's just go with Outback. I like Outback. You can go to Outback and somebody go in there talking about how they had bad service or the food was bad at Outback. But for me, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna defend my Outback because my Outback don't have those problems. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now you having a war, and now next time you go back, you're gonna be like, let me just see. Maybe I was killing them blooming onions. I really wasn't paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So man, that's a great one. Thanks for asking. You got anything else?
Oh man, yeah, man. Like so I know you do multiple things. What's your number one thing you like to do, man? Like, and not even with work, outside of work, whatever. What's your go-to, man? What's your thing that makes you put a smile on your face?
Going to the gym.
There you go, man.
Working out is my therapy. Always help me because for an hour, and I like how the weather is out here right now. I just like to get in my car, listen to some smooth music, and just drive until it get pitch dark. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite thing, man.
For about that hour, the last hour and a half. And sometimes, man, I don't even pay attention where I'm driving. I'm just driving. I'm enjoying the scenery. I'm enjoying the weather. I'm really not even paying attention to what music is playing. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I don't mind. You know, I like hanging out with my fraternity brothers and all that type of stuff. Blue fire to the brothers in the house. Blue fire. I like doing that. Love kicking it with my family. But for me, I'm more of a loner. I like to be to myself, and just it allows me to think, allows me not to make rush decisions, and it puts me always in a good mindset to where how sleeping is your thing for you to be prepared. If I can get my ride, if I can get my time to myself, and I can go to the gym, I'm about to be prepared for something. And I tell people, man, I welcome confrontation, but confrontation is not always, I tell people, it's not always, you know, people think it's you try to fight and all that type stuff. No, confrontation going to come to you in the workplace and everything, or confrontation is an adversary.
It's a push and pull, man. It's a push and pull.
It's anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You have to be, you in business, you have to be prepared for what that obstacle can be. You know what I'm saying? Because as you continue to grow, and this is not cliche, this is real. New levels, there's new devils. Don't think that everybody wants to see you successful. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta write that down, man.
Yeah. New levels, there's new devils.
Hey, because that's very true, man.
The more you try to grow, the more you got people that want to knock you down.
Man, and that's even in my society, I'm not real. I mean, I consider myself decently successful, but I do feel like some people, man, you know,
they put more value on you than you do.
They throw a raining cloud on you, man. They got a jab at you or something. But I take that in stride, man. I'm gonna be like you say. You're right, man. My happy time is I got an old school. Let me put some music on and jump in that on a cool night. Hit a back road, man.
Yeah.
I free my mind, and I feel like it aligns me, man.
Yeah.
It aligns
me. Yeah.
So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, big time, man. And when you get that boost and you got it, man, you can go back to work with a different mindset. You can come home with a different mindset. you can do whatever it takes, man. Because you realize, I thank God that allowed me to be at this position right here, and you realize that sometimes when it comes to what may have burdened you from a financial perspective, that's not your issue. You find there's always another issue that's gonna come. You just have to prepare to handle that, and just know. And everybody say this, man. You're gonna have haters. In order to be successful, you got to have haters. You got to, because if you don't have no haters,
nothing right, man.
You're not doing something right.
Yeah, that's right.
That means you down in the dumps with them.
Giving them something to talk about.
My granddaddy used to say, "Hey, if I can go to heaven, then and I can get in as a floor sweeper, I just need to get through the door. I want to be the best floor sweeper I can be." And man, that stuck with me to the point that sometimes you just got to learn to perfect what you can perfect what you can control, and control what you can control. And all that other stuff is no good, man.
And don't nothing happen overnight, man. It's all baby steps, man. It's all you got to look at the bigger picture in life, man. Take the baby steps, and man, if you're taking them baby steps and sweeping the dust behind you, man, you're gonna find your path.
That's why my motto is, my slogan: small victories lead to greater success. You everything you do to be successful, you got to go in small steps. And I always say, I never seen a weightlifter start lifting weights and go win a competition the next day.
That's true, man.
I've never seen it. Yeah,
I try to win every day. Every day to me is a new day, and I try to do my most. I try to be as kind as I can, and it don't always work out. I'm human, but I do try to win every day.
Yeah, I know. For me, man, this is where I give God the praise on daily. When I wake up in the morning, man, I have my window cracked with the blinds, so I can see the sun, the rain, or whatever that day represents. And people ask me, why do you do that? I do that because not only did God bless me to be up and see another day, to give me another opportunity, but he gave me another opportunity to do something I never did the day before. And I don't take them days for granted. Mm-hmm. And that's why sometimes you got to move in a way that's beneficial for you. You got to move in a way that's going to catapult you to that next level. And you can't be scared. You can't be scared for that. All right, we got one more. And thank you, guest. She said, you got to trust the process. And I always say that. You got to trust the process. And that is key. You got to trust the process no matter what. All right, brother. Get them a closing remark. Get them something to leave you with or leave them with.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for having me on. I enjoy our talks, especially when you're in the shop. I love seeing what you're doing. I'm not a social media guy. Man, I don't have no social media. But I've been clicking on you, man, watching you. So, man,
I know, man. I appreciate that.
I love your positivity, and in life, it's like a boxing ring, man. You got to take your blows, man. You got to take your lay downs, and you got to take your wins. And you
got to take your wins.
I just think, man, if you surround yourself with the right people, the right things will come along. And, it's God's work. Wherever you end up is where you're supposed to end up. But do something good today, help somebody, and learn something from somebody. Every day I try to learn something from somebody, because I love old people and I love young people, man. So I always try to listen to the old person. I try to listen to the young man and give them give them approach to life, man. So I appreciate you and having me on, and thank you again.
No problem, man. I appreciate you coming on. Hey, I'm gonna give a closing remark. I want everybody to know, and just go back with the inspirational insight. Do not be afraid to succeed. Do not be afraid to be successful. Do not be successful do not use success according to somebody else's schedule and their opinion. Find success for you and prepare yourself to go to that next level no matter what it is. Soar above expectations. All right? Now, I'm going to hit you. I thank you, Vic, for being on with us. I'm Dr. Woods with the R.A.W.Approach. And remember, small victories lead to greater success. I'll holler at you. Peace out.